The Deep Depths event is now live in Pokémon GO, and Nickit right here is the brand new Pokémon that's been introduced. Unfortunately, it cannot be shiny, but it is cool to finally get a brand new Pokémon. And it is a wild release, which is nice. Unfortunately, that's kind of gone downhill since, for quite a while now, really. We do have them from time to time, but they really do seem to be throwing a lot of these into raids or eggs, you know what I mean? Like a whole bunch of paid stuff, so it is nice to get something for free. And this one literally spawned right on top of me as I was about to record this, so that was nice. But here we go, we've got our Nickit in the Pokedex, which is super cool. It is a fun Galar Pokemon, and it has a great shiny, though unfortunately we will not get that for right now. They almost never introduce brand new shinies right off the rip. They do usually during like the Halloween events, that does happen, or sometimes when it's a raid release, but when it's something like this, usually we have to wait until like next year until the shiny comes out. But let's take a look at this thing's IVs. It's, you know, just fine, gotta love it. But now that we've caught the fox, I do have some timed research to work on. We have to catch 10 water type Pokemon and 20 water types, explore 1, then 2 kilometers, and then spin 5 Pokestops in total, and then page 1 will be done. We also have collection challenges, the Thievul collection challenge, where we have to get Clauncher and then evolve it, and then we also have to get ourselves a Corphish and evolve it, and Frillish and evolve it. Now the cool thing about Clauncher during this time is it is shiny boosted. It should be about a 1 in 64 odd rate of being shiny. We also have another collection challenge in the Nickit of Time, where we had to catch a Purloin, which I already did, a Nickit, which we've already just done. We also have to get a Sneasel, and we have to get a Murkrow, and then once we get those, we'll have our final encounter here. And we also have a premium timed research that was gifted to me by Barside, so thank you very much, Barside. And what we have to do is catch 20 Pokemon in total, spin 4 Pokestops in total, complete 2 field research tasks for those 2 encounters, explore a kilometer, hatch an egg, defeat a Team Go Rocket Grunt, and then defeat another one. And then we should get a whole bunch of Clauncher checks is what I remember seeing. In fact, you know what? Let's just claim this one and see if we get a shiny. We do not, unfortunately, but it is a boosted shiny, which is pretty darn cool. Fingers crossed we'll get a good one. I really like that shiny a lot. Like, it's a really beautiful shiny. Basically, it's just a boiled lobster. And this one is really bad. Hopefully you get a better one. We've now evolved a Frillish into a Jellicent right here, and this will be the last thing we have to do for the 1 collection challenge. I still need to find a Murkrow for the second one, but at least we'll get this one done. So there we go. We are at 235. Pretty cool. And just for fun, we'll see what it is. Hopefully it'll be a fun encounter, but we get 3,000 XP and... oh, okay. That is interesting. Let me know if you got a shiny of this. I don't really think you can get a shiny of this, but if you did, let me know, because that would be insane. Also, 2 Pokemon to focus on during this event if you want to get a shiny of them is definitely Sneasel right here, because it has a 1 in 64 odd rate of shiny. But there's also Clamperls out and about, and Clamperl does have a split evolution that is completely random. There's no way for you to influence what it turns into, but if you're trying to get yourself the shiny line and you don't already have it, click on as many Clamperls as possible, because they are boosted. Well, I came down here to defeat a Grunt, but it turns out there's 2 Murkrows here, so that's perfect. This is the last thing we need in order to finish the collection challenge, so let's just quickly catch this one. Sometimes these guys are a little bit of a pain, that's why I'm Golden Raspberry Ultra Balling it, because I've had really bad encounters with Murkrows. But who knows? Maybe, just maybe, we'll get a good one, because why not? It is a good flying type, and you do want the candies for the Shadow Murkrow. Shadow Hauntcrow is a really good dark and flying type. But now that we've caught that guy, there we go, we are now at 236, and I'm a little curious what we're gonna get from this one. We're gonna get 1,000 Stardust, and we're gonna get a Liepard. All right, that's interesting. I mean, it's a fun evolution for sure, but I definitely did not expect that out of everything, but definitely surprising for sure. Would have been nice if they could have been shiny, and if you did get a shiny of any of them, let me know in the comments down below. They have been somewhat doing that lately. I finished page 1 of the time research, but I also have a Dynamax Chansey here that isn't shiny and a 694. It's not a bad number all in all, but you want 717, so let's get this guy out of the way real quick. I've been going a little hard on these because I really want to get a good tanky one, and I've gotten some decent ones recently, but no hundo or anything like that, but I don't expect to get a hundo. Now please just stay in your home, buddy, old pal. Bang. And there we go. The Chansey has been caught. Fantastic. Hopefully it's a decent one. It's not super far away from the hundo, but it's not the best. And we've got 2 Nickits and a Sneasel here, so let's check a shiny. No. And I'm gonna catch these real quick because I really want to get my hands on a decent one to evolve. We've got plenty of candies by now, but might as well try and see if we can get a better one for sure. Bang. For fun, were these 2 good? Nah, not really. And here's page 1. We'll get 2,000 XP, 2,000 Stardust, 5 Raspberries, we get 5 Ultra Balls. Looks like we get 2 encounters. The first one is going to be with a Clauncher. Very cool. I've yet to get the shiny of this, but it's only been like the first hour and a half of the event, so you know, it's not guaranteed to happen just because it's boosted within that time, though we did get very lucky with the Bruxish for sure. And a 446 is a little better. And the second encounter is another Clauncher, which is cool, and a 451. And 451 is a 14, 13, 10. For the final rewards, we get a rare candy, we get 2,000 Stardust, and we're gonna get ourselves 2,000 XP. And for page 2 of 2, we have to catch 20 whole dark types, hatch an egg, hatch 3 eggs, and defeat 3 Team Go Rocket Grunts in total. And it looks like we're gonna get some Kubfu candy, which is cool, but yeah, shouldn't be too hard. And you know what, since we're here, let's just claim all of these Claunchers Claunchers. I accidentally claimed a second one. It happens, but are we red? No, we are not on this one. 448. Number 2. Nope, not it. It's a beautiful shiny, but this is a 455. Pretty cool. 455 seems good, but I know it's not the hundo, but it's decent. 14, 11, 15. We have plenty more encounters, so let's see what happens with these. This one's a not shiny and a 37, so pretty bad, unfortunately, and it likes to jump. Get that super incubator as well, but now we're back to the Claunchers, and not a red one. 440. This one, what do you want to be, my friend? If you want to load, that is. Not a shiny. I was thinking maybe for a second, maybe, just maybe, it was loading in that shiny. And looks like we only have 3 more encounters. Then again, I don't know what the other ones are going to be, but I'm assuming that these are all going to be Claunchers. This one right here is going to be a Nickit. Okay, did not expect that at all, but let's pineapple it. It'll probably be the best IV'd one I have. Hopefully it has good IVs. Let's see what happens. 293 is 13, 11, 15. Not terrible, all things considered. And for the final rewards, we're going to get our hands on a super incubator, a star piece, and another Nickit that is slightly better. We got a 300 on this one. Hopefully this one will be better. I mean, obviously it's a little better, but I just don't know by how much. I don't know what the hundo is from research. So this Nickit right here is gonna be a, wow, 13, 15, 15. That's awesome. Pretty darn close. And speaking of researches, this is what we got on Leak Duck right over here. Catch 5 Dark-type Pokemon will give you either a Alolan Meowth, which is a shiny boosted Pokemon, or Carvana, which sadly is not boosted. And catch 5 Water types will give you the Male Frillish, which is pretty rare, and of course we get Clauncher from that, which is a shiny boosted Pokemon. Defeat 2 Team Go Rocket Grunts will give you Nickit. Let's just take a look. You want 306 as the hundo. And Hatch an Egg will give you just a Clauncher, and it is 466 for the hundo. So that's what you're looking for if you're aiming for any hundos, or if you want to know what the researches will give you. And now page 2 of 2 is done. Let's just claim everything. The XP, we're gonna get the Stardust, the Max Revive, the Rocket Radar piece, which is kind of cool, and now we get 2 more encounters. What are they gonna be with? A Carvana, pretty cool. Sharpedo is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I don't mind seeing this. Too bad it's not boosted though. I really wish they chose to boost this one, because it is a Water and Dark type. It does fit the theme. But I'm sure we're gonna get Mega Sharpedo in raids at some point, which means they will be shiny eligible in the wild, but that is pretty bad. And then the second encounter is with an Alolan Meowth that is not purplish black. Not even really black, it's more of a purple color. I don't know why I said purplish black, but you know, it looks really good when it's shiny. And how about these IVs? Wow, 96, nice. And for the final rewards, we get 10 Kapu Candy, 2,000 Stardust, and we get 2,000 XP. And just like that, we are done with everything, but there is something else I'm working on, and that's these eggs. I just had to clear all my eggs out before I could actually start incubating these, but let's just take a look at them real quick. You can get Clauncher, which is boosted. You can also get Nickit, which can't be shiny, but there's a chance at a hundo. Larian Corsola, which is awesome, and we have Pawniard, which at this moment isn't the best Pokemon, but when it evolves into King Gambit in the future, could be insanely good. You never know, it could be. I wouldn't mind getting extra shinies of pretty much every single one of these, though obviously the Nickit won't be possible. But still, you never know. Could get some good stuff, plus I still want to get that hundo Galarian Corsola, so hopefully that'll happen as well. And here we have those eggs. Let's see what happens with them. Number 1, Clauncher. It'd be cool to hatch a shiny one of those. I've also been clicking on every single one of them I see, but also that's great. Honestly, there's really no bad hatches here. Obviously the Nickit can't be shiny, so I can understand people not being super excited about that. But the other stuff is pretty darn good, so not bad eggs all in all. Plus, the amount of Corsolas we're probably gonna get is great. Still want that hundo, wouldn't mind an extra shiny, but there's the Nickit. What's this one gonna be? Another Claunch. This one is another Pawniard. You are another Corsola, that's awesome. And then there's this one, which is a Clauncher. And that's everybody. I'm not seeing a hundo, unfortunately, when it comes down to the Corsolas, but let's just go through all the IVs, see what we see, but it's looking, well, there's a decent one at the end here, but besides that, nothing too crazy. While we get more eggs, I was able to get myself a modern style Scatterbug, but are you shiny? No, still not happening. Done a few checks off camera, and I've just had 0 luck with this thing. I don't know why, I just cannot get this shiny. Hopefully, we will see one soon. And here's an Archipelago. Do you want to do it? Still no. 189 as well, pretty bad. It'll happen someday, but I'm just not gonna hold my breath on it anymore. Like, I really want to see it. For whatever reason, the game just doesn't want to give it to me. Also, I just cannot hit this thing to save my life. There we go. I wasn't even thinking. I just claimed the catch 5 water types, and we got a shiny Clauncher, so that's amazing. It's not good, unfortunately. 466 is the hundo, but I'm so glad that we got a shiny of this thing, you know what I mean? Like, I was hopeful, you know, that we'd see one, and I'm just so glad that we did. And it's such a beautiful shiny. Like, honestly, out of all the shinies of Gen 6, this one is really up there, but unfortunately those IVs are not very up there at all. 11, 14, 10. But still, really glad we got it, and from a random encounter, no less. I'm thinking it's time to evolve one of our Nickits into a Thievul, and I'm thinking we're gonna do this one right here, the 13, 15, 15. Why not? We'll just get it for the Dex entry, and then after this, I've got some stuff I really need to take care of, but we will see what we can do in the future. I do have some more eggs that I'm doing for a separate video, and we'll see how those turn out. I will give you a spoiler. I've already gotten a cool hundo, but bang, there we go. We got our ourselves the Thievul, which is a fun Pokemon for sure. And I love seeing this dex entry. I love the new dex. I think it looks fantastic. And I can't wait for this shiny to come out. But now that we've got this out of the way, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video, and let me know in the comments down below. Did you get yourself a Shiny Clauncher or any other shiny? Please let me know. And if you're really enjoying the content and you want to see even more of it, I highly suggest this video right over here. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.